Howdy. Howdy. How are we all doing? Welcome back to the Just Mal channel. You see, I don't even know where to begin with this. But see, I'm stuck. I'm lost. I'm like, what do I do? You've got idiots on Twitter moaning, complaining, be happy, we won, give your head a wobble. I'd rather us go out. Because that's what I tweeted, is that I'd rather us go out and get rid of this coach. Because this coach is so out of his depth. These players don't like him. I don't care what anyone says. They don't play for the coach. They don't play for the coach whatsoever. They've got way too big egos to care about Gareth friggin' Southgate. They don't care about Southgate. They couldn't give two shits. They couldn't. They could give a tiny rat's ass about Southgate. What credentials as a coach has he got? Youth system. He's a youth coach. He's a great coach for youth development. He should never have been given the England job in the first place. The only reason why was because there was no other manager available. Well, that's what they said. Pretty sure that there was a handful. Look, I'd rather have a competent coach that has some intelligence and some tactics. Southgate just seems to put the team together and go boys, have fun, vibes, as some YouTubers would say. It's for vibes, go out there, have fun. And he picks his favourites. It's not really his favourites. It's who he's pretty much forced to play because they play for the big clubs, like your Bellingham, like your Harry Kane, like your Kyle Walker. So the whole story about Luke Shaw being in training and that he's fit and healthy, well, that was a fucking lie. Why lie? Because why did you put Saka there? Yeah, it works, but why? I thought it was stated that Luke Shaw was fit and healthy, and he's good to go. What the hell? At the end of the day, I'm happy that we did win, but at the same time, I'm not, because I'm not happy with this coach. This coach needs to be sacked. He needs to go. It's time to go. He has to go. I'm getting sick to death watching this god-awful football. Now, all you Arsenal fans and all you City fans can shush and mush. You can hush. Pipe down. Pipe down. I don't want to hear nothing. Foden, dog shit. Saka, don't even get me started with that shit. Oh my god. Saka. Why is it that every time those two are on the wings, the first thing that they do is pass it back? They don't even attempt to drive at the defence. They don't try it. I don't even remember seeing them do it once. Eventually, I'll try and get onto it as soon as I can, June. I will get onto it as soon as I can. It's this. Like I said, it's because in my heart, I'm like, yes, I'm glad we won. England. Yes, we won. But we shouldn't have won. We were god awful for 90 minutes of football. All it was just due down to individual brilliance from Bellingham with that bicycle kick. That was it. A great goal by Bellingham. But where was he all game? He was silent all game. And I'm getting sick and tired of seeing that man not move. He doesn't make any runs. He's supposed to be an attacking player. Why does he not make any attacking runs? For a 10. That's his role. He's a number 10. He's a central attacking midfielder. Why doesn't he make any runs into the box or drag the players out to create space? Why doesn't Bellingham do that? And of course, the game started to change a little bit when Palmer came on. Oh, shock! Who could have saw that coming? I did, because I know how good Palmer is. Like I stated this to a lot of other England fans, Cole Palmer is the only player in that team that I've got full confidence in. And they're like, why? I went, you're telling me he goes to a big club like Chelsea with all those egos, with his own ego, and he goes, you lot are shit. I'm going to put you on my back, and I'm going to get you European football. I can get you top 4. And he almost did get them top 4. He got them top 6, but he almost got them top 4. And he scored goals after goals after goals, getting a whole bunch of assists. Yeah, a fair few of his goals were penalties, but there was a fair few goals that weren't penalties. They were open field goals. Some were from range, some were from inside the box. But what I love about Cole Palmer is he ain't afraid to go charge at the defence. Or he'll come running at you. He'll go, right, I'm quick, I've got great feet, and I've got good balance and strength. Come at me, bitch. That's why I've been stating, play Palmer either in the 10 and bring Bellingham into that central midfield or central defensive midfield role. Because I don't know how many times I think I need to say it. I don't think Bellingham is a number 10. I think he's more of a central mid. I think he's more of an 8. He doesn't move much. He's got good passing and vision and whatnot. And can be basically like a Frank Lampard and end up in the box, create a little bit of magic, grab a goal. He's one of them types of players. A little bit how Frank Lampard was. He was always in the right place at the right time to get a goal in the box. He always was. He was that one midfielder that you could always count was he'd be in that box or be on the edge of it. And he'd have a whole bunch of space, a whole bunch of time to get a shot off and goal. Most of the time, as we all know with Frank Lampard, he bagged, he scored a lot of goals. One of the highest goal scoring midfielders in Premier League history. Now, Jude gives me that kind of vibe. He does, he gives me that sort of vibe. Where he doesn't move around much. Frank didn't run around too much either. He did when he needed to for defensive duties. Overall, Bellingham kind of similar. Maybe something that the coaching staff might need to look at is there any similar aspects to Bellingham's game to Lampard's game? And I'd argue, there is some. Harry Kane. I swear to freaking God, if I see you in central defensive midfield again this entire tournament, I swear to God, I hope and pray that Southgate puts you on that bench, strips you of that captaincy, and tells you to fuck off. You are a striker. Yeah, by all means, come a little bit deeper to come and collect the ball and hold up play to help your midfielders or your wingers to make a darting run into the box or whatever, or out wide. Do that, but don't come all the way back into central defensive freaking midfield where your lips are literally touching John Stones and Matt Gay's freaking bollocks. I can't stand seeing him come so deep. I'm like, chill. Get back up into your position. Why are you coming so deep? Are you that desperate for the ball? Trippier, don't get me started on Trippier. I don't get how Newcastle fans can go on about Trippier. He's dogger. He's so good. He's so washed. I don't care what Newcastle fans say, and I'm sorry if your feelings are hurt, but he's shit, and he's got, like, I would say he's got maybe a couple of seasons left, at most. Because his legs are gone. And his decision making, don't get me started. Carl Walker, for some reason played as a right wing, or played on the right wing like for the majority of the second half. If that was the case, Southgate, take off Walker, put on Trent. If that's what you were planning to do, that's what you should have done. Why also were Cole Palmer and Foden so narrow? I could understand maybe one of them doing it to cut on the inside, and maybe one of them maybe hugging the line a little bit more. But why both of them? They're just going to both cut into each other. Tactics. Do you want to talk about tactics? Yeah, Southgate's got none. Southgate has no tactics. The picture that you see, and he's looking, and we're 1-0 down, and you're like, he ain't got a Scooby-Doo what he's doing. He's so far out of his depth. It's not even funny. It's not even funny anymore. It's just embarrassing. I'm getting sick to death watching my national side play like this. With the talent that we have within our squad. But a lot of England fans need to wake up and realise something. Now, a lot of you England fans ain't going to like this, but you need to shut up and listen. Our players aren't as good as everybody is claiming them to be. How can I say such a thing? Easy, I just did. They're not as good as what we think they are, or what the British media or the pundits keep claiming that they are. We don't have an awful lot of world-class players. We've got maybe 1 or 2 world-class players, maybe 3 world-class players. I would say Palmer, for me, give it a couple of years, he's up there. I can't really say Kane is world-class. He's a serial loser in my eyes. Everywhere he's been, he just can't win. Like, he's allergic to trophies. So how can you call someone elite, etc., when he's had decent players feeding him the ball? Let me know of how many goals Kane has scored from outside the box, please, in his career. Because I believe he's 30 now. At least. Let me know how many goals he's actually scored from outside the box and how many goals he's got inside the box. Because you'll be surprised that he ain't got that many from outside the box. I always see Kane more as a poacher. He can be a target man, but that's whilst you're attacking and trying to get the ball up the field. But then, when you try and get the ball into the box, he's perfect for that because he's good, big and strong. Can hold players off. So, he gets it towards either the penalty box or within the 6-yard box, and he can simply tap it home, head, foot, toe, knee, thigh, I don't care. England tonight were extremely blessed and fortunate by some individual brilliance. Tony came on, did incredible. But next game, Southgate, I need to see Kane and Bellingham on the frigging bench. I need to see Foden. I need to see Saka on the fucking bench. I need to see them on the bench. I want to see Luke Shaw playing left back instead of freaking Trippier. You claim that he's fit. It's been claimed. You lot have claimed that he's fit and he's been in training. I want to see him play the next game. If that is the case. Or if you were lying, just be honest and come out and say it. That you, an absolute moron, decided to take an injured left back to a tournament for the international tournament for the European Championship in international football. Shows you how dumb you are. If you didn't have many options, you could have taken Ben Joe, because I believe he's actually okay now. I don't think he's still injured. I think he's okay. I think he was okay even before the tournament began. But understandable, he didn't get game time. But nor did Luke Shaw. So how did he get in the team? Why didn't you go and look maybe for one of the lads in the within the academy, or like the under-21s or whatever? Why don't you look for one of their left backs for the tournament? Why don't you do that? So you've actually got a genuine left back to give you more balance, because Trippier is not a left back; he's a right back who's a bit on his best day. Ain't got nothing against the guy. It's just that he's coming towards the end of his career. He can't run that well anymore. And it's like I said, his decision making is god awful. It's really, really, really bad. Cost us possession a lot today. Needless. Until Southgate pulls that finger out of his ass and goes, I'm no longer giving in to what you dickheads want. I'm doing it my way. I'm the manager. I'm the head coach of this team. I'm the head honcho. So you either shut up and listen, or find somebody else to take your place who will listen to my instructions. That's a manager. Not in, happy-go-lucky, trying to be friends with everybody. You're not supposed to be their friend. You're supposed to be their leader. You're supposed to be their coach. Is it good to be able to get on with them and have a very cordial, respectful relationship? Absolutely. You need that. But also, you can't have them walk all over you. And what it looks like in that England camp, they do not respect him. They do not tip their hat to him at all, because they go, this guy is a clown. He is clueless. He ain't got a Scooby-Dooby-Doo of what he's doing. He just most of the time puts the team together of the best 11 and goes, go out there, have fun. The only tactic that Southgate has is pass, and pass. When you find a little bit of space, feed that ball into that little bit of space. You're always going to find a teammate there. And then try and then get it further up the pitch, and further, until you get to the opposition's box. And that's when you roll it across, or whatever, or whip it in for a simple tap-in. And pass that ball into the back of the net. That's basically what Southgate wants in his football. And it's god fucking awful. I nearly fell asleep again tonight. But in the first 90 minutes, I nearly fell asleep again. I'm getting sick to death of almost falling asleep watching my country. Watching my country play the game that I love. Like I said, I'm happy we won. But none of that was on Southgate. Fuck no. Was it how? Like I said, these players don't give a shit. They couldn't care less about him, because they know he should not be the coach. He should not be the manager of the squad, because he ain't got a Scooby-Doo what he's doing. I feel as though, like, even if Jose Mourinho was the manager of England, we'd actually win stuff. Would it be a little bit boring? It'll be a little bit better than what we're currently watching. But it'll still be a bit boring, but we'd still probably win a couple of trophies even. We'd win a couple of trophies. Because that's the kind of coach Mourinho was, or is. But there was so much wrong with that England team today that, I mean, I can't really fault the back line as much, but that midfield, it's got no stability in there. You've got Rice running around like a fucking headless chicken trying to do too much. You've got Mainu, who is still quite young and is, in my honest opinion, he's nowhere near ready yet. Now, a lot of United fans are going to come at me, and I'm like, I'm not saying anything bad about the kid. I think he's a very talented up-and-coming talent, but he should be in the under-21s or the under-19s. He shouldn't be in the main squad, in the senior squad. That's where I believe that they should have took Henderson. And people are going to be like, what do you mean? I'm like, the reason to why is because a little bit more stability and a bit of leadership in there. Somebody that's going to keep everybody under control. People go, like, Arsenal fans go on about Rice, and Rice is not a leader. He's not a captain. He's not whatsoever. Henderson, however, is. He is a leader. He can lead by example. And that's why I'm like, well, why didn't you take him? Instead of taking a Kobe Mainu, who, in my honest opinion, is not quite ready, wasn't quite ready for that stage yet. Has he done okay? Yeah, he has. He's done okay, but then there's going to come one game, and he's going to go up against a really tough team that's physical in maybe, I don't know, Switzerland or something, and he could get done in. Because he's still a kid and he's not quite ready yet to be on that world stage for an international tournament. That's why I thought when he got added, I'm like, it's a bit too early for him. I think he's a very talented kid, but he's still got a long way to go. I was surprised when I saw Palmer in the team, but I said, but I can understand that because he literally put Chelsea on his back and carried them to European football. And almost carried them to Champions League football. Kobe Mainu was in a struggling, and if not piss-poor, Man United squad, and was one of their stand-up players of the season. And that's where, we'll give you your flowers, but should you really have been in this England squad? I don't know. But I like the kid. I think he's got a very promising career ahead of him. I really, really, really do. But the only issue that we have now is our next opponent. Now they're a fair bit better than our last opponent in Slovakia. They're a lot more well-ironed, physical. Most of the times we used to go up against this, if you go up against a country like Switzerland, they're normally quite physical. They're probably going to be decent in the air. Our squad is going to get absolutely bent over backwards because they cannot win headers to save their lives. So it's going to be an aerial duel there as well because I think that a lot of the Swiss team are going to have fun with set pieces, etc. Especially corners. I wouldn't say our goalkeeper's necessarily, massive or intimidating. He tries to be, but oh god, he tries to be. But he's you're just like, what the dog doing? it's like I said, in my heart and soul, I'm like, yes, England won, but in here, I'm like, should we not have just taken the L to get rid of Gareth Southgate? Should we have? I'm like, maybe. Because I'm sick to death of watching my nation playing like garbage on a frequent basis. Every time they go for the tournament, and everyone goes, "Oh, like what, when they start playing well?" The only reason why they started playing well was because they had a new coach in. And then the tournament after that, you started to see the holes a little bit. But they were still playing good because there was a good atmosphere there. But what happened soon, not long after? There was a lot of stuff. Some players had to leave the squad. The older players, like a Jordan Henderson, who was one of the team's leaders. Massive influence within the squad. Is not only the captain, but the guy who literally is the captain off the pitch. He's a leader and leads by example. Like I said, we should have took Henderson. We should have took Henderson to this tournament to bring more balance and stability into that midfield. Because from what I'm seeing from that midfield, they don't communicate at all. They're so far apart from each other most of the time, and whenever they are clumped together, they're clumped together in just the worst way possible. We go on to the quarters. We go to the quarterfinal. I think we're gonna get knocked out here. I do, especially if we play like that from the get-go. If we start the game off like that, I believe it's Switzerland is our next opponent. I believe it's Switzerland. Let me know if I'm right or not. And like I said, they're going to be a physical team. Most than likely, they're going to be decent in the air. They're going to be physical, and they're going to love set pieces. So you'll probably have to see them take a lot of shots on goal to win corners, etc. That's when their fun begins, and they just bully our defence. Our players are blessed with great height and leaping ability. Like we just don't. We're quite troublesome when it comes to the back line, when it comes to aerial threat. I would say Matt Gay's okay. Stones is okay. Maguire's decent, but he could be very, very, very hit or miss. He could have an absolute blinder of the game from about maybe 3-4 games on the bounce. And then he can go for like a month. You're like, oh. But that's football, and that's also Harry Maguire. Harry Kane as well. Harry Kane, he's not too bad in the air. It's just difficult, man. It's like I said, I'd love to be positive like everybody else is and be like, football's coming along, but I'm a realist. I see it how it is. And if people don't like it, I'm not even sorry. Football's not coming on. I see us getting knocked out in this in the next game. I do. Because if we play like we did today against our next opponent in the quarterfinals, we'll get battered. I generally do think we'll get embarrassed. And we'll get battered like 3 or 4 now. But like I said, that's all just my opinion. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down in the comments. Ladies and gents, I'm going to go now, chill out for a bit, then I'm going to head to bed. So yeah, I'll see you later. Take care and good night.